Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So a massive new Unreal Engine 5 MMO just launched in China, and it's already off to a pretty crazy start. The game is called Lord of Mysteries, and within just 1 hour of launching, reports claim more than 1 million new players have jumped into the game. And if you've never heard of it before, Lord of Mysteries is based on an incredibly popular Chinese fantasy novel. It's set in this dark Victorian-inspired world that mixes cyberpunk technology with supernatural powers. You can explore these enormous European-inspired cities, take on quests and dungeons, fight creatures and bosses, and choose your own path and determine your ability and playstyle. What really caught my attention is the technology powering all of this. Lord of Mysteries has reported to be in development for around 4 years with a team of more than 600 developers, and of course the entire project was built with Unreal Engine 5. They're using many UE5 technologies like Nanite, Lumen, PCG, targeting both PC and even mobile devices. So in this video, we're going to take a closer look at how Lord of Mysteries was developed, how Unreal Engine 5 is powering one of the most ambitious new MMOs of the year. And if you guys are new here to the channel, my name is SmartPoly and make all sorts of Unreal Engine news and content. Now before we continue, if you're trying to learn Unreal Engine 5 and actually build your own games, I want to quickly tell you about my Unreal Engine 5 courses, because one of the biggest problems with learning Unreal Engine is getting stuck watching hundreds of disconnected tutorials without ever knowing how everything actually comes together in a fully finished game. So that's exactly why I created these courses. Instead of just teaching individual Unreal Engine features, we actually build complete games from start to finish. If you're completely new, my UE5 Beginners course walks you through building 4 different games while learning blueprints, user interface, AI, animation, weapons, game mechanics, and all the fundamentals you'll need to start creating games on your own. Then when you're ready to move up to more advanced development, you can learn how to build a complete multiplayer survival game with systems like multiplayer inventory, crafting, harvesting, base building, a open world map, and so much more. But if you're serious about learning Unreal Engine, the best value is my Unreal Engine 5 Masterclass bundle. It gives you access to all my courses and completed project files for one single price, so you can start with the fundamentals and work your way towards building much more advanced games. You can check out the UE5 Masterclass bundle and all of my courses using the link in the description below. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right back to the video. So before we explain how this game was actually developed, let's quickly talk about what Lord of Mysteries actually is, because this isn't your typical fantasy MMO. The game is based on a massively popular Chinese web novel of the same name, and it takes place in this dark Victorian and Edwardian inspired world that combines steampunk technology, occult fantasy, and almost this Lovecraftian cosmic horror. There's actually a lot you can do in the game. You can explore these massive cities and open world environments, follow the main storyline which follows the novel, complete quests, different dungeons, fight world bosses, participate in PvP, and there's just more casual open world life skill activities outside of the combat. The game even has its own alchemy system where you can gather materials and recipes to create these potions that you need to progress your character. And getting around the world is actually pretty interesting too, because we've seen things like horses, bicycles, cars, trains, even apparently dragons are mounts in the game, so you're not just fast traveling everywhere. And instead of choosing a traditional class like a warrior or a mage, the Lord of Mysteries uses something called pathways, which come directly from the novels. You consume these special potions and progress through the different sequences, gradually unlocking new supernatural powers and abilities. Ultimately, there's 22 different pathways within the game's progression system, so it's a pretty unique setting for an MMO. But what makes this game especially interesting is how they managed to build a massive world this large and detailed using Unreal Engine 5. Rather than creating a generic Victorian city, the developers did a ton of research into 19th century European architecture, with cities like Edinburgh serving as a major reference for the game. They wanted the world to feel historically believable, while still mixing in all of the steampunk technology and supernatural elements that makes Lord of Mysteries so unique. And when you see the characters walk through these environments, the amount of detail on everything is actually pretty insane. You got these massive city streets filled with NPCs, extremely detailed buildings and interiors, horse-drawn carriages, factories, shops, and huge landmarks that you can actually explore. But creating a world that looks this good is only half of the challenge. It still has to function as a massive open world MMO filled with players and PCs, while also running both on PC and even mobile hardware. And that's where the developers started to take advantage of some of Unreal Engine 5's biggest technologies, and a lot of it comes down to how the developers are using Unreal Engine. For the environments, they're using Nanite to handle the geometry throughout the cities, and Lumen is being used for the dynamic global illumination, which is especially noticeable when you're moving between these bright outdoor environments to, the interiors, or to even the foggy streets at night. The developers also built technology for large-scale city crowd simulation. We don't know exactly what system they're using behind the scenes, but they've specifically talked about developing using a GPU-driven pipeline and optimizing character rendering to handle huge numbers of characters on screen. And you can really see this throughout the cities, with the streets filled with NPCs, carriages, pedestrians, and other activity rather than these huge environments that are feeling completely empty. Another really interesting part of their development is the procedural generation. The team has specifically talked about developing large-scale PCG solutions for their cities, which makes a lot of sense when you're dealing with a world containing many streets, buildings, props, and environmental details. On the high-end PC version, they're pushing rendering even further with hardware ray tracing, giving players with more powerful hardware another option to push the visuals beyond the standard rendering setup. So they're taking advantage of quite a few of Unreal Engine 5's newer technologies, but the impressive part isn't just getting all this to look really good on a gaming PC. They somehow had to get this enormous UE5 world and make it work on mobile devices as well. The most impressive part of all this is Lord of Mysteries isn't just a PC game. The same massive world runs on Android and iOS, with progression shared across platforms, and according to developers, getting Unreal Engine 5 running at this scale on mobile was one of their biggest technical challenges. UE5's higher end rendering features were primarily designed around much more powerful PC and console hardware, so they simply couldn't take the PC version and just lower a few graphics settings. Over the course of development, the team built a cross-platform content pipeline and spent many years optimizing things like the real-time global illumination, character rendering, and overall GPU-driven rendering pipeline for different levels of hardware. And when you consider the size of the cities, the crowds, the lighting, and everything else happening on the screen, the fact that this entire MMO can actually run on a phone is pretty impressive. But rendering the world is only part of the problem, because Lord of Mysteries is also trying to support up to 1,000 players fighting in the same battle. Another pretty crazy feature is the game's large-scale PvP, with battles designed to support up to 1,000 players at once, divided between 4 different factions. And to make that possible, the developers had to make their own custom network synchronization model specifically for the scale of the game, because obviously Unreal Engine doesn't handle MMOs out of the box, and so this system was designed to synchronize data between different servers, between players, and keep things like the movement, the combat, all the abilities responsive during these massive battles. And after more than 4 years in development, Lord of Mysteries officially launched in China on August 21st, and the initial numbers have been pretty massive. According to Chinese reports, the game gained over more than 1 million new players within its first hour, after already reaching the top of several major gaming charts leading up to the release. Right now, the game has only launched in China, but a global release is reportedly planned for sometime next year in 2027, which should make the game accessible for players outside of China. And considering the size of the Lord of Mysteries fan base is internationally, it'd be actually pretty interesting to see how the game would perform once it reaches a larger audience. Overall, Lord of Mysteries is probably one of the most ambitious Unreal Engine 5 MMOs we've seen so far, and it's pretty interesting to see UE5 being pushed into a game like this. We've already seen plenty of incredible looking single player games built in Unreal Engine 5, but building an MMO introduces an entirely different set of challenges, and personally I'm really interested to see where the game goes from here, especially with a global release planned for 2027. I'll definitely be checking that out whenever it happens. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below, and that's pretty much it for this video, so hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.